Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. We are Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles. We are your co-hosts today. We've got unbelievable elite leaders that are going to be teaching you some pretty amazing nuggets from our first ever virtual global convention, and it did not disappoint. I was a little apprehensive, not knowing what to expect because there was no hugs, there was no 5,000 people and the energy that brings it. There wasn't any thunderous music where you could feel 2 blocks away, but there was some amazing, even without all of that, none of that really mattered because there was some unbelievable information that they shared with us, some unbelievable promotions, some new products, some new packaging information, and it was just off the hook amazing, right?
Yep, and we're going to be going through a lot of that here. So we're so glad you guys are here with us live. And if you need to go back and catch some of it, because we're going to be flying through it pretty quickly, make sure that you go to YouTube and subscribe to the Team Freedom Reigns channel there. Make sure that you don't just subscribe, but you ding that bell so you get all the notifications for all the new content that we upload.
And it's month end, so we got to close it out strong.
Yeah, super, super important for you to be focusing on the end of the month. This week is going to be huge for you and your business. Make sure that you have your personal orders in, that your customers have their orders in, and your personally enrolled distributors do too. Make sure you check those people that are getting close to rank advancing and help them get where they want to go using all of the reports that we have in the back office. And keep using ITT, baby, clear through the last second of the month, right? And if people are not ready to join you right now, make sure you're scheduling appointments into that first week of November with your follow-ups you're concluding here in this last week of October.
Yes, and because yesterday was the last auto ship day or the subscription day, make sure to check all, like Marcy just said, make sure to check all the subscriptions and make sure there was no credit cards that were declined because it's going to affect your volume and your business. So every week on Tuesday, we have the unbelievable Flip the Switch LifeVantage Opportunity Overview. This week, it is Elite Pro 9 Tara Wilson going to be bringing the goods. Bring all your prospects. Tune into this. Do not miss it.
Yeah, and every single week, we've been offering 3 LVOs every single week for you to be inviting your prospects to. LVO stands for LifeVantage Overview, okay? Now, next week, this is going to be changing. It's going to be changing from 3 down to 2 because on Tuesday nights, because there is already the corporate event being offered, guess what? We are getting into the Operation 25 ITT ourselves. And so we're going to be inviting to events instead of presenting those 3, we'll be doing 2 for you instead. So look at that flow to change up next week. But this week, you still have all 3.
And if you're not familiar with the Operation 25 ITT is, we're going to be discussing that a little bit later. And we have a great new video that was released, which is another reason why we're going from 3 times to 2 times a week. Every week we have this approach where every day we have this approach, this flip the business switch promotion that is going on, making money 3 ways. First, selling products, sharing information, selling products, making commissions on that. And there's this pool thing they got.
Yeah, and what's really cool is you can earn as many of these pool shares as you want to. And by us having 20,000 in new enrollments this month in October, and I don't just mean Team Freedom Reigns, I mean LifeVantage overall. That would be so cool if it was Team Freedom Reigns, though, wouldn't it? They're going to be throwing an extra $100,000 into that pool to be shared out by those that earn those pool portions, okay? Now, November.
Did you say an extra 100,000?
100 grand. 100 grand, but guess what?
But
next month, that's even better though. Next month, I mean, you got to be doing your ITTs and following up because next month you want to make sure that you get several shares into the pool because corporate is going to be adding an extra 500 grand into the pool once we hit 30,000 new enrollments into LifeVantage genealogy next month, right?
I thought you just said $500,000 going into the pool.
I actually said 500 grand, but yes, that's a lot of money, guys.
So this guy right here, our interim CEO and former CFO, when he switched titles, he must have lost his mind. He's taking $500,000 and sweetening the pool with that.
He's still spending his own money. He's just being a little freer with it because he knows now that we are so connected that we are ready to run for all this extra cash, right? For sure. The second way that we can make money is by you reaching a new rank, right? You reach that new rank and you get a bonus. You maintain that rank and you get another bonus.
Yeah, quick shout out to Chelsea Fournier and anyone else who's pushing for a rank. There are t-shirts. Proclaim the next rank you're going to go, get that t-shirt, wear it, and say, this is where we're going next. Thank you for that great idea, Chelsea.
Great idea. Then mentor bonus.
And the third way, mentor, meaning Help your personally enrolled distributors rank advance. And in doing so, yes, they're going to get the reach bonus. You're going to get the mentor bonus.
Just make sure you hit all of those qualifications required, right? And they are making it even better. This last week of the month, they are providing us with daily check-ins provided by Field Advisory Board members, where there's going to be 15 minutes of Q&A, 15 minutes of teaching, and it starts tonight, right after this call. As a matter of fact, the Zoom link's there, the password's there. Make sure that you get on there, get your questions answered, learn what you need to go, and go 25 ITT.
Yes.
And I love
weekly drawings. We throw extra incentives in for you guys because we're throwing in some nostalgic items. We're throwing in some tools. We're throwing in some cool swag. Every time you enroll a preferred customer or a distributor, you get a ticket in the raffle, and we're doing raffles every Wednesday, weekly raffles. And then Kim Jacques, thank you so much again for giving the grand prize, which is one ticket to the GoPro Recruiting Mastery Virtual Edition from Eric Worre. $20 million plus into what is going to allow that to go virtual. Unbelievable. Never been done before. Industry leading for sure.
Yeah. So if you're part of Team Freedom Range, you have today and tomorrow to earn tickets into the weekly drawing. And then there are 5 days left to be able to earn as many tickets as you possibly can to earn that Eric Worre GoPro ticket. Yeah. And if you're interested in purchasing one, you can hit her up because she's got some extra ones that you can purchase from her. So let's get everybody participating there. Now, the global convention announcements that we haven't already covered. How about that Axio? 6 additional flavors they have announced for a limited time only, okay? When it's gone, it is gone. But another thing I love about this promotion here is that it is the introduction or the start of LifeVantage's sustainability plan. So everything that has to do with these Axio tubs is completely recyclable.
Including the scoop.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And this is something that is, in our opinion, long overdue. We talked about this a couple years ago when we were on the Field Advisory Board, and here it is in manifestation. And I just have to tell you, they went way over the top in presenting here. What you are looking at is the Platinum Pack, not only packaging, but the displays that it comes with it. Each of those little trays that comes out of the box that you see there highlighted on the inside in blue is how the customer or your distributors are going to receive them. When they have an unboxed process, they're going to pull out individual trays, and those individual trays have stands on the back for presentations. This was genius. And there's also handles built into the box. So it is literally amazing. And they've got one for all 3 of our package options. And we'll be showing you the details of that coming up soon. When does it officially launch?
Well, this is available now for anybody that is a new distributor. You're receiving this new packaging now if you are part of the US markets, and the rest of the markets are going to be following very soon. Okay. Now, these are the events that are coming up in 2021. We're going to run through them really quickly. We've got Elite Academy in Salt Lake City, March 11th through 13th of this next year. And you want to make sure that you are absolutely there, because this is going to be a time in history, because it's also the ribbon cutting of the new LifeVantage office building up there in Salt Lake. You do not want to miss out on being part of that. Then we've got,
I just have to say, if you've seen the full version of the opportunity video, it shows a picture of the new building. And that is one sexy building for sure. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. Then Global Convention here in Phoenix, Arizona. October is like the best time to be here, by the way.
The weather is perfect here in October.
October 13th through 16th, 2021. And we're starting to throw around some ideas about maybe a pre or a post event, probably a pre-event get together for Team Freedom Range. So if you got some ideas, throw them at us, because we'd love to have just an amazing time with every single one of you here at Global Convention next year. Oh, this move,
Operation
run,
25 ITT.
Are your sneakers on? You got your sneakers on?
No, I took them off.
Dang it.
I'm trying to relax. This is so much information, but it's 20. So in essence, 25 people into the ITT system. If everybody does that, we're going to quadruple, even 5x our company business and our numbers. It's just unbelievable. More details to come.
Yeah. So he missed my little thing here. I meant we're running, right?
Yes.
So we want our sneakers on.
I did miss that.
All right,
sorry.
guys. So we're going to run through this information here with the weekly or the monthly marketing playbook, because it has come to you like in explosive manner, because there is so much more here than there was before. So you're still going to have all the blogs and the product of the month, everything. But how about this now? You have everything that you need for the ITT right here in the monthly marketing playbook and in your app. You've got the launch guide, you've got the first touch video, and the overview video that were just released at Global Convention. If you haven't seen it yet, you got to go in there and watch them, because they are phenomenal. Streamline the process,
Seriously.
simplify the process, plus the information on the enrollment packs and how you can download the LifeVantage app if you do not have it yet. And this one is huge, guys.
Is huge.
And this is what you need to start talking to your customers about already. Even though it doesn't start until November 4th, this customer, friends, and family discount is going to blow your business up if you take it seriously and if you explain it to your customers the right way. Basically, they can have the opportunity to take these products that they absolutely love and are getting great results from and share it with other people and give them a discount to try them. And by them trying them, they get a discount coupon off their next order. How cool is that? And what's even cooler is that the volume goes towards you rank advancing and it shows up as a new enrollment for you. So you want to start talking to your customers right now. Go into the monthly marketing playbook, find this customer's friend and family discount, learn more, and get all the details there. And we'll be doing a live Facebook overview of this in Team Freedom Reigns later this week. But go and get yourself familiar. This is your assignment because this is going to be huge for your business. Go show up.
Game changer for sure.
Okay.
So now let's get into the recap. We've asked amazing elite leaders to come on here and actually teach something that really struck them and that they wanted to share with you. And the first person we're going to ask to do that is Elite Pro 7, Daniel Moellering, originally from New Hampshire, now out of Boston, Massachusetts. So Dan, please join us, brother.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
We can.
Are you guys wicked excited?
So
wicked excited.
Woo!
I know the people from the Northeast know what I mean when I say wicked exciting, right? Like wicked awesome, wicked everything. That's just, everything's wicked up here. Well, thank you so much for inviting us on this call and allowing us to share. But thank you for the recap of all the pertinent housekeeping that everybody needs to be aware of. We have so many amazing things that are happening with this company right now that I can hardly contain my excitement. 11 years into this, okay? I realized yesterday that we're still earning percentages off of customers that signed up 11 years ago. Now, I want to talk a little bit, like, there were so many takeaways, but if I had to pick one, it would be based on recognizing an opportunity and digging the well before you're thirsty. Okay, we are in a subscription world. Okay, whether it be Disney Plus or Hulu or Netflix or whatever, we are in a subscription kind of world, are we not? And we might be heading for another, dare I say, lockdown. But it may happen. So subscriptions are a powerful thing. Now, when you look at companies like Netflix and you look at companies like Hulu and Amazon and all of these companies that have these subscriptions, what would your life look like if you were able to capture a small percentage of all of the subscriptions that ran through that business? I'll tell you right now, if I could capture just 1% of everything that Amazon Prime does, Netflix, Disney Plus, it would be a different conversation. However, we have the only product line in the world validated by science, certifications, patents on a publicly traded company with a professional soccer team that does what we say it's going to do. We're going to focus on your oxidative stress. We're going to focus on your mitochondrial function. We're going to focus on sirtuin activity. You get to capture a little bit of those subscriptions. And this is what people are looking for. We offer global solutions to global concerns. And that is something that Dondi Nettles coined years ago. And again, thanks for sending me the memo, bud. I'm glad that we're still wearing the same shirt. But global solutions to global concerns. And we have the only game in town with patent protected products that you can't get anywhere else. And 11 years later, a lot of the leaders that are on this call are still earning income off of those invitations and education that we gave years ago. I love what Dr. Skips Campbell said this weekend about how are you going to position yourself, right? You look at 9/11, 2001, terrible tragedy in the United States. And I think felt all over the entire world, right? Like that was big. Then we hit 2009, and this is when I joined LifeVantage. The economic fallout. It wasn't just whether or not if I fell off a ladder or the roof or being in construction, what was I going to do to support my family? The economy was tanking, and I would say that rivaled the Great Depression of 1929. Now 2020 hits. I don't think I really need to go into how hard 2020 has been, but do you see the revolution? Almost every 10 years, something is going to happen that we're going to have to face this adversity and we're going to have to make a decision. So what is it that we're looking for, or what is it that we're doing to make sure that we can secure our family's future with or without us, right? Because if heaven forbid, if I fell off the roof, would my family be okay? The answer was no, right? And I will say this, in 2009, this industry, even though I was optimistically skeptic, because the only thing I wanted to do was prove this wrong, right? Because it sounded too good to be true. And when one of my childhood friends showed this to me and said, yeah, we're going to go do this, and I'm going to teach you how to be a pharmaceutical rep. You got to talk to my buddy Blue. And I said, that's his name? His first name is Blue. What's his last name? Green? Like I was so apprehensive to the entire thing just because of the word network marketing. However, I was optimistically skeptic because if it was true, it was going to help a lot of people. And in the process, over the last 11 years, I have literally witnessed lives change through Sarah and Chris Smith, through Kim Jacques. All these amazing leaders who have already walked the talk and figured out how to make this work for them and their families. That is priceless to me. It's not about a rank. It's not about a paycheck. It is about the security that we have in front of us by recognizing the fact that we have an opportunity to change the lives of many, many other people. And I don't give a rip. I don't give a rip how long it takes you to get there. You keep going because it's worth it. I look at the dedication for people like Bob and Laura Robbins and everything that they do and create as human beings on this planet. Some of my greatest friends, it's priceless, the relationships that I've been able to build. Again, take the money, take the health away from it. The relationships that we're building is huge. But it's these leaders, it's these individuals that understand that in order for things to change, they had to change. And they took advantage of something that I didn't have the foresight. I look at Dondi and Marcy, I look at Sarah and Chris, I look at Bob and Laura, I look at Kim and Jeff, and I think, wow, I wish I had that kind of gumption. They had a vision that I could never match. But because we were able to partner as a collective group, regardless of how we gather and how we do and how we train, we had a common goal. We have the only product in the world that is validated through multiple research papers to reduce the markers of oxidative stress, and you can't get it anywhere else but here. How do you say no to that? I love what Skip said. It's a no-brainer. And what's the prerequisite to recognizing a no-brainer? Having one. You have to have one. I know that sounds a little bit crass, but it's true, right? And I'm telling you right now, when we have a technology partnered with a company of purpose, cause, and belief, right? Because that's something I know. If you are not in the business for the betterment of other people, you will simply not be in business. I don't miss Blockbuster Video. And for the millennials that may be on the call, Blockbuster is this place that we used to go and rent these things called VHS tapes. And if you didn't rewind the tape, you get fined, a bunch of money for not rewinding it, and this, that, and the other. I literally was cleaning out my basement and remodeling the basement, and I found my old Blockbuster card, and I'm like, I think I still owe them like $100 in not rewinding fees. Right? I digress. The point is, never again are we going to find an opportunity that pairs purpose with action. We have the only product in the world that can do what it says it can do. And it's not a miracle product, it's a miracle body. The product just signals to your body to do what it was programmed to do. We're flipping a switch. And I'm telling you right now, if we don't take advantage of this, the loss is ours. It really is. And I know for a fact, because of the leadership that is on this call and the leadership that is part of this company, we recognize no-brainers. And we will make it our life purpose to empower those that need and deserve what it is that we have. And we have to dig the well before we're thirsty. How many of you, by show of hands, know my enroller, Blue Elam? I love that guy. Super humble, great person, but understood the value of digging the well before you're thirsty. This is the second time that this industry has saved my life. The first was in 2009. The second was when my fiance was no longer able to work, make an income, leave the house. My kid couldn't go to school, all of that. But we didn't have to worry about it because we did the work. We dug the well before we were thirsty. And the only way that we were able to do that is by helping other people do it. That's the unfortunate thing about network marketing. The more people you help, the more money you make. And I say that kind of lightheartedly. It's not an unfortunate thing, but it is the most humane way to make a living that I have ever seen in my entire life. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Take this seriously. This is a business. We have all the tools in place, and we are lockstep now. For the first time in years, since the beginning, Dondi, when you handed me Robert Kiyosaki's CD of the business of the 21st century, that's when the light bulb went off. And I remember that was right in front of one of the rooms at Salt Lake Palace that, that was where our general convention was, our general sessions were. Now they're breakout rooms. That's how big this is starting to get. Don't miss it. You have the opportunity of a lifetime. Don't miss it. I appreciate the time. I love you all. I want to let our next speaker get going because I know that we both have calls that we have to hop on, but I appreciate the time. Thank you so much, Dondi and Marcy, for spearheading this call, for the leadership, the mentorship, the camaraderie, and the friendship. I love each and every one of you more than you will ever understand. And it's ours.
Yes.
Let's just go freaking get it.
Yes.
Not 500,000, Marcy. It's 600,000 total. Let's go get that.
Is that crazy? It's amazing, amazing. Thank you so much,
you,
Dan.
buddy.
You are amazing. I love your vision. And the next woman that's going to come on and share with us, she has got such a clear vision on how to keep things simple and how to really run with the programs that are put in front of us. So we would love to have Kim Jacques hop on and share with us now just what she's doing, how she's keeping it simple, and how she's running. Kim Jacques, can you hop on, please?
Mute myself. Okay, great. Thanks, Dondi and Marcy. Thank you, Dan, for everything that you shared and for being part of my onboarding team. So thank you so much for everything that you do for all of us in our team. And yeah, I only have a couple of minutes, so I'm going to keep it really brief. So number one, Dan already mentioned to it, we have unity, right? So it doesn't matter if you're in team CEO, team freedom reigns, building depth, anything, we're all in the same position. We're all using the launch guide. We're all using the same videos. We're all using the app. Like, you heard it straight from Marcel's mouth. You heard it straight from Seth Mulder's mouth. Like, I know that Seth has his own thing, and he's put the videos in it. So all unified, which is amazing. Now, just tonight, even, we have, amazing mentors who are going to be hopping on live to be able to open the room for questions and answers and mentorship from leadership from across the whole company. Every single night this week is going to be supporting that. So that is just so amazing, so fantastic. It just feels even more like family, like unity. And, you really, I know that I personally want to invite to a party that it feels like there's an amazing culture at. And we always had a good culture. We didn't have a unified culture. And I'm really super pumped to be able to invite people to this party even more now. So first of all, we've got the launch guide, right? We've got the app. We've got the videos. Basically, we have a whole new company, as far as I'm concerned, right? So shout out to Richard Lane, who is on here right now, because part of what I'm doing really clearly is 25 ITT to bring in new people. But there's a lot of beautiful, special people who said yes to LifeVantage. They said yes to LifeVantage. And like BJ Fogg said, our habits are linked to our emotions, okay? And if our emotions through the process felt like confusion, distraction, defeat, like nobody wants to stand strong with those emotions. Nobody should have to. This is a side hustle, right? But what I've been spending time doing today is doing blitzes for new people, but also doing blitzes for old people, for people like Richard, like Julie, Danielle, Sonia, my very first enrollment, who has been inactive for years, okay? And what did I do? I said, hey, dude, basically, I know that we locked arms together years ago, but I just want to let you know there's some pretty fantastic things that are happening right now. We have an amazing app that lets you run your business from home. We have an amazing new step 1 video, step 2 video that means that you can fit it into the nooks and crannies of your business. We have an amazing customer referral program rolling out, meaning that since you love the products and you've been motivated by that, you're going to be able to help your customers be able to spread the word and be able to earn discounts. We basically have a brand new company. Do you want to see it? I'm not saying, do you want to spend a lot of time chatting about it? I'm saying, do you want to see it? And so sending the link to the app to download, sending the link to the step 1 video, to the step 2 video, sending the link to the customer referral program, and just saying, hey, if you resonate with any of this, let's chat. Isn't that what we do with prospects? If I sent this to you, would you check it out and let me know what you think? Okay, so I highly encourage all of us to get in a double campaign. The 25 ITT is so super stupidly simple, guys. I mean, really, seriously, we're asking an "Are you open?" question, which this is my script. Just curious. Are you open to checking out a project that I'm really excited about? I thought of you because of X, Y, and Z. If not, no worries. Just thought I would ask. So it's a just curious, are you open? If not, no worries, just thought I would ask. Can you ask that of anybody? Everybody. Like, you could ask it to anybody you haven't even talked to in 29 years. It doesn't really matter. So we're asking a just curious question for product or project. Either one is fine. We're sharing that step 1 video. What did you like best about what you saw? We're sharing the step 2 video, putting people into a team connection, which can be a Facebook message 3-way chat. It can be a text message 3-way chat. Like, it doesn't have to be a lot, because all we have to do is edify the person, edify the system, say, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at? Like, this can be really super simple, guys. We are getting ready for a huge shift into momentum, and really, we've been given everything. So with that, I just want to say that's what I'm really excited about, is doing a double campaign, keeping it super simple and just treating 10 minutes. Do you have 10 minutes to do an all-out massive action, choosing one activity and doing it for 10 minutes and pushing your business forward and making an impact on people's lives. So thanks
Amazing.
so much. I appreciate it.
Amazing. And
So
I know you've
good.
got to hop off. Would you mind sharing that script to either me or on Team Freedom Reigns? Because people are very interested in what you just said there. Amazing. Thank you
Absolutely.
so
good.
much, and
Thank you, Kim.
go bless the rest of the team. Thank you so
Great.
much.
Bye.
All right, so next we are so excited to invite on, we've got Elite Pro 7's Chris and Sarah Smith to share what they're just super passionate about coming out of convention. And then we will have Bob and Laura Robbins be closing it out for us tonight. So Chris and Sarah, can you guys hop on here with us? Oh, no. For a second there, I thought I was muted. How horrible would that have been?
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Hey,
God.
We heard you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we just want to talk about the mention of skill proof, fear proof. They're trying to do these things to the system to make them work in that way. And you know, whether or not you need skills to get to the very top of network marketing, we can let the historians of network marketing argue that. Some believe one, some believe another, but I truly believe you can get this business started with no skills. And there actually is a reason for that, even though us as leaders are still going to have to do what we do in the business. But I'll just paint a little bit of the history because I know this isn't like an experiment. I know this works. I've seen it work in a company, and Sarah will kind of round out the vision of what the company's really put together for us. But I got my 10-year anniversary shirt on here, and I'll take you back to when we first got started. We did get aligned with a single system in the company, a set of skills and behaviors we taught. There was a single tool, basically. It was, I don't know what's on it now, so I won't mention it. It was like abc.com, and everyone did that. And then they invited to a 3-way call or a meeting. So it was an invite to a tool and a team member. For our group, Dondi and Marcy fielded tons and tons of those calls. And that's all we did. And we grew massively doing that. ITT, it wasn't called that back then, but that's what they've condensed this down to because they know it worked. We were like growing like mad. And the skill proofing came from Dondi showed up with the skills, okay? When it came down to some of those hard questions, resolving concerns, we had this guy, Lazy Man, blogging against us. We have the FDA sent us a letter once. We have all these things that are just floating out there that will never disappear on the internet. And as far as skill proof, just in that one aspect, I will mention this as a sidebar. Sean Reyes, it was just so powerful, that validation, because back in the day, and Don D will attest to this, you literally talk about skills to answer all those questions about all that junk that showed up on the internet. You needed like a black belt in resolving concerns, like a move for everything that was out there, right? This guy basically delivered to us a single judo block that will just take out anything. It doesn't matter what direction it comes from, doesn't matter who's saying it. That like he just skill proofed resolving concerns for us, which is like, that was like mind blowing to me. So we've seen a single system work when everyone was behind it. And it wasn't that the company ever abandoned that. I think people just attached different names to what they were doing. And maybe some people threw in an extra thing to a video. And once the company realized, you know, every corner of our leadership is still doing what we did in the beginning, can we refine it? Can we skill proof it and fear proof it for people? And I really think they have with what they've got. So I'll let Sarah kind of paint the vision of like, I don't know why we'd even need something like that with all this great leadership.
I know, but imagine this time next year, the company is in full momentum. And as a matter of fact, there are orphan customers just being dropped into your business day after day. And one of those orphan customers starts looking at, you know, it has a result like the day after they start taking the product, 2 days. Now, I'm not setting the stage to, you know, set the expectation that's what's going to happen. But with this person, it does.
They're dropping in though. The customers
are
dropping
are
in. If you're using the app,
they're dropping in. So, and you're brand new and you came in on a platinum pack. I think that's how it goes. So here's the thing. When one orphan drops in and another one drops in and they're having great experiences and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, our economy is not looking good. I do need to find a side gig. It's like Uber. You know why Uber is so successful? Because you can flip on an app, and the app trains you, and you can get started, and you can get started on your own. So what the company is doing is they're setting up a way that we honestly can do that. Like when this company goes into full momentum, we're going to have people joining our business. We're not even going to know they're getting started, and they're sharing this with their sister or their cousin because they know it's going to be the perfect fit. We might not even know them. And like, that's the kind of massive momentum this company's getting ready for. And I think if we can really envision, because yes, we do need the people who are going to stand out and become leaders and really want to grow the networks, like franchising, like grow the train tracks for distribution globally. It's going to be a select few. We know that. The numbers in network marketing show that 80% of our organizations are really glorified customers. They might not be working it. Maybe they only make a couple $100. It's all good. Like every part of that is good. And I think if we can just get in the mindset that when the leaders rise to the top, as leaders that are going to the top, we can work with them. But the people who are coming in that are really wanting to get started and really take this somewhere right out of the gate do not need our hand holding and training to actually jumpstart that. And so, I just kind of had that vision. I'm just going to share my screen really quickly. Just, when Marcy and Dondi showed the screen, that new person who we don't even know yet, who's really excited about it, is going to go, into the marketing playbook, and they're going to find the launch guide. They're going to see the first touch video and the second touch video, and they're going to know exactly what to do. And as a matter of fact, they're going to have the app there. They're going to know exactly what's in the enrollment packs. It's like an easy way for somebody to honestly get somebody else started without us there. And when we're talking about, we are in a B quadrant business now, that when we're talking about B quadrant, it's about leverage. How are we leveraging tools, technology, timing, trends? It's all about leveraging. And so this is a way that we can actually leverage the tools to be able to grow massively with or without us. And I think if we can just capture that in our minds and become the person that, that attracts those people. And this is, one of my biggest takeaways, one was, our CEO, Steve Fife, his principles were hands down something we're already doing. We absolutely love him for that. And then what I found that I was tuned into was, were all the pro nines that were from like Taiwan, they were from other countries. And there was this, I love the translation piece to what they say, because it's so crystal clear. And it's just the culture of their, of where they come from that is just so powerful. And so Juno Wang, who's a pro 9 out of Taiwan, basically talks about like the 3 mantras that, that are really important. And one is it's not about me, it's about you. And if we can move through, and that's what we are in network marketing, and Herbert Harris said it so well, what's the worst word? It's like in the world, it's I, right? It's, and so we are moving into times where it is about the we. It's not about me going to the top of a company. It's about us collectively together in the we. So that mantra was really great. Connect first and then lead, then coach, then sell. And I think if we can lead with the connection and really developing those relationships and holding the space for them to know how much you care is critical. And then lastly, be the teammate you'd want to play with. And I think for all of us, being the team that we want to play with puts us in this space of massively growing, not only ourselves, but the company. If we can really, take those mantras that was, that were said so well by Juno Wang, it just really moved me. There were so many parts of the conference that moved me. But what I know is that I'm bulletproof. I'm not only bulletproof, with the company and where it is right now and where it's going. I've always been bulletproof there, but there was something really exciting to me. It's like around the bulletproof piece to the team in the field, as the collective LifeVantage and where we're going, and knowing that what I'm doing is easily duplicatable, and what the company's giving us. So So I'm excited. I just see the future of just massive growth. So with that, I'm going to throw it back to you, Dondi, Marcy.
Woo!
Thank you guys.
So great.
Amazing.
And I absolutely love what you said about the culture and how this massive growth, we've got to keep it simple and using the tools, and they've got it completely set up for us with simple tools now, right? It's so
Yes.
beautiful. Thank you guys so much for being on here with us. So now we get to go to the amazing Pro Sevens, Bob and Laura Robbins from out of Phoenix, Arizona. So excited to hear your hearts and what you really took away from this global convention. Bob and Laura, can you join us, please?
Yes, ma'am. You can hear us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do we always say? That's always the first thing everybody says.
Right.
You know, Dan brought this up, Sarah brought this up, and something that we were going to talk about tonight and we felt very, very strong about was building relationships in this business. And in talking with Bob and us wanting to talk about this, I love Alan Stein. And I was impressed with him when he did an interview with Darren quite a while ago. And I was so excited when I heard he was going to be on this. And I was excited that he was one of the very first presenters, the special guest to speak to us on Friday. And so I actually was going to use something that he talks about that Sarah just brought up about not making things about you, and the three mantras that she just talked about. So I'm gonna start out really by the best part about this business is the people, and the worst part about this business is the people. Okay, so, and we were told that right from the very beginning, and this is a relationship business. How many times did we hear relationships talked about just in this last 35 minutes? And we heard it on and clear through the convention, from different speakers. If you got on any of the breakouts, the same thing is relationships and how huge that is. And one thing I'm gonna, Alan talked about there's three keys in a relationship. You have your clients, your customers, whatever, you have your team, and you have yourself. And people can copy products, they can copy services, and they can copy prices, but you cannot copy relationships. And I'm going to skip past some of the other things that I was going to say, so I give Bob a chance to talk, but I wanted to kind of take a personal example here as a parent, as a mom, as a grandma. And kind of think about this. Okay, you come home, your kid comes home from school. Hey, Mom, I want to talk to you a minute. I'm so excited. Something happened today at school. Can I talk with you? And you're like, oh man, I'm right in the middle of this, whatever, it could be big, it could be little, but to your kids, theirs is huge. Okay. So we say, you know what? I promise tonight when this and this and this and this is done, after dinner, everybody's going to bed, whatever, we're going to sit down and talk. Okay. Okay. And you kind of end it. And so therefore it comes that evening and you sit down with your child and you say, okay, honey, what is it you wanted to talk to me about? And you just look in their eyes. It's different. Their excitement is gone. Their passion is gone. The fact that mom's going to be home when they get home from school to talk to. But mom was busy. Mom was too busy. And so something, I use that, and I've used that before with things. We need to listen. I love listening for success. I don't know how many of you watched that, but we need to listen. And we need to listen when they need us. It may not be convenient. It may not be the right time for us, but it is for them. And this is so true in so many areas. Relationships are huge. And I could go on and on and on, but I'm gonna let Bob take over from here. So thanks for letting me share a little bit about how I feel about relationships. They're huge.
And for us it was, and maybe again, we focus on our relationship. Dundee, I know you and Marcy, have date night, and you have times that you devote to your relationship and to your kids. And you think about that as a family, but then we have the LifeVantage family, and, that's our team. And then we have a family outside of that, as Dan talked about, right? Is that we have that extended family that are, that may not be necessarily in our organization, but we look to them, we appreciate them, but honestly, what I go back to in thinking about the relationships, right? And Sarah talked a little bit, Chris and Sarah talked a little bit about it, but be the leader that you want to be, right? That you want to find, that you want them to be. You have to lead by example. And I think that goes to our kids. I think it goes to with our spouse, and we genuinely have to love and care for them. And what I loved was both of, Sean Reyes talked a little bit in there, but if you look at the 8 things he listed from his dad being successful, how many years ago, right? And you look at that, he talked about winning the right way, right? It talks about integrity. And we hear about that from other leaders, right? Blue was talked about tonight, right? And one of the things he says is do what you say you're going to do, right? And that is at all times and all places, and it's not always convenient. And I look in our organization, there's been times where we've committed that one of us would go to the Philippines, a while back, and we made that to go. Been to Canada, right? We've been to Texas, we've been to Ireland and places. And so as we help our team, but you cannot replace that relationship that you build with others. And what we would just encourage you is that to serve others, to help others, to be there, to lift them up, when maybe they're not, and it's not always going to be when it fits us, right? It's not always going to be there, and if you commit to something, you have to show up. You have to be there as leaders. And I think, Chris and Sarah did a great job that we do have a system that's plug and play. And I think everybody's going to be able to drop in and have some success, but to help them transition to become leaders, we hear about this, right? About personal growth. And we hear about that personal growth, I believe, is in how we relate to others and those relationships that we build. And you hear Blue talk about firewalls. That's based on relationships. And so I would just, again, I know we've kind of gone over a little bit, but what I would just say is jump to the last one that the Attorney General, Sean Reyes talked about, right? Just 2 things real quickly. One is that change comes through feeling good. And this is actually from BJ Fogg, right? But he says, change comes through feeling good as opposed to feeling guilty or bad. Our relationship with others can make that or break that. And once it's broken, it's almost impossible. Like Laura said with our kids, I've been late a couple times to pick up our son. And then all it took was 2 times. And it's like, can Mom come get me? Because Dad, you're late, and it takes years to build that back up again. Right. But what I would tell you is what Sean said, is he said, love, true love and charity can unite all, a family. And I think that goes beyond our family. It goes to our LifeVantage family. I think it goes to our extended LifeVantage family. And when we are all collectively rowing in the same direction with the system, what we have, the ITT system, and we are loving one another, we are helping each other, we're reaching out, that those relationships, I believe, are what's going to unite us collectively and raise us to the next level and throw into momentum. And I just want to thank Marcy, Dundee, Chris, Sarah, Dan, Kim. We look to others. We look to others for that guidance, and we appreciate your relationship. We appreciate your dedication, your willingness to work, and honestly, setting those examples is what inspires us. So we appreciate you so much. Thanks for letting us share.
Oh, thank you guys. You guys are tremendous. And that example that you gave, Laura, about child coming home and wanting to tell you at that time, I have 3 examples that I can recall where I chose the latter, and after dinner or whatever, sit down, and you're right, the excitement from their eyes is gone. The high-pitched voice in my son when he gets really excited about something is gone, and those are something I can't go back, but I can use those examples in the future to make that. And that's what we all want in this. And so thank you for that example. It's just because it is a relationship business, but it's also when a relationship business is intertwined between humans and their mutual love for whatever they have in common, and just so we can get emotionally attached to people like that. It is priceless what we do here. So thank you so much for both of you guys, what you bring to this and the tremendous leadership that you both show.
Yeah, all of you, all of the leaders that have participated in this call, we are so in awe of every single one of you and what you bring to the individual, but in what you bring to the team. We are so, so grateful for every single one of you. Thank you so much for being part of this call tonight. And, you know, there is so much that came from that convention. We had so much to take into ourselves. And how thankful are we that we have 30 days to be able to go and watch it all again and again, and to just kind of absorb the breakout sessions. And, you know, something I'm having a thought process on is that when I sit down to watch a breakout session, I'm going to put it into the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page. Hey, who wants to do a watch party? Who wants to watch this with me? And maybe some of you can hop on Zoom with me, or hop on, maybe I'll stream it through Facebook. I don't know, but let's get together. We can still get together and enjoy the recordings with those people that are part of our team, or even prospects, right?
Yeah.
That you want a third-party tool to participate with. The one thing I wanted to share from Sean Reyes, he blew my mind. His whole talk blew my mind. Everything that you guys shared already, but something that really opened my mind to what we really had in our hands is his number 3 concept is appreciate living the American dream. When he said that we have a way to export the American dream to other people, that was mind-blowing. Because there are so many people in other countries that we're open in right now that are living in conditions that are so low. And if they just knew about this opportunity of having the American dream in their hands right now where they are, think about what that could change. But the only way that they're going to know about it is if we appreciate what we have in our hands with the American dream, and we're willing to share it with other people. So before we close out, is there anything else on your heart that you want to share?
I just going to kind of regurgitate what Kim said, is that we have a new business with all of the tools that are in place, and all the ease of convenience, and all the simplicity of what we have. We literally, after convention, we have a completely different business model after convention than we had going in. And it's much more user-friendly, it's much more duplicatable, and it is just much more intertwining technology with the human relationship and why we build this business, and offering people, like Marcy said, the ability to export the American dream to other areas of the world that never would have been able to see something like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just the totality of it. I'm incredibly overwhelmed, and the leadership that everybody brought on in sharing their nuggets today, just, we are blessed.
And
truly
making
blessed.
the time, because we know that everybody's running, making the time to be on this call and to share your hearts. We're so grateful. So we'll go ahead and we'll get closed out here now, so that you guys can hop on this next support call that they are offering from corporate, the Q&A and the teaching. You've got Sean and Michelle Poe tonight. They're amazing. So go ahead and hop on over there. And remember, tomorrow night you have 2 LVOs to be inviting to. Let's ITT this thing all the way through the end of the month and through November. And let's just, momentum. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
We love you.
Appreciate you.
Bye.